the end game. We're at the end game now. My name is Desmond. I'm so excited.
And I'm Faith.
This is my wife. Obviously, I am a huge Marvel nerd. If you catch me around the church, there's a 50-50 chance that I'm wearing a superhero t-shirt. I'm so excited to be talking about this movie. Such a great sermon, such a great, cool, fun way to wrap up at the movies this year. I think... You know what I love about superheroes, Faith?
What?
As I get older, I think what I really love about superheroes is their weaknesses. I love seeing the human side of superhumans.
Yeah.
And seeing what they struggle with. I think, like, kind of the powers and stuff are cool, but I really like seeing, like, how they struggle. And Endgame is full of struggle, full of personal, just battling inner weaknesses and dealing with failure. As we know, the Avengers lost in Infinity War. It was mind-blowing. It's like something we've never seen before in a movie where the superheroes lose. And I don't think anybody... Yes?
In the movie before, the ending was a bummer, because, like, that's whenever he snapped his fingers, everybody disappeared. Everyone was like, wait, what?
Like, what's next? How do we fix this? And I don't think anybody takes this harder than Thor. If you don't know Thor is the strongest Avenger. He's got a magical hammer, and he's got the lightning and stuff. And he basically has the last chance to kill Thanos in Infinity War, and he fails. He doesn't do it. He should have gone for the head.
You should have gone for the head.
Should have gone for the head. So he fails, and we see him in Endgame and how he's processing this grief, and it's not good. It's kind of played for laughs, but like he's going through a really hard time. He's gained a lot of weight. Yeah. He's just chilling at home, eating pizza.
Fat Thor.
With Korg. He's playing Fortnite. It's a bad situation. And the thing is this. It's funny, but also like it strikes home with me because I have struggled with guilt from failure most of my life. I think until recently, if I were to mess up, if I blow it, if I sin or let somebody down or let God down, I just get into this funk, and I just hold all that guilt on my shoulders instead of letting that go. Yeah. And that's exactly what we see with Thor here. He doesn't even feel worthy to be a hero anymore. Just like, let everyone else take care of it, right? So what he does, they convince him to join the journey, to go in the time travel and everything to fight Thanos and try to undo what they've done. And there's this really beautiful moment where he has this magical hammer. It's called Mjolnir, and it'll only come to those that it deems worthy. It can only be picked up by those that it deems worthy. And there's this moment where, like, he's been away from Mjolnir, he's given up on the superhero thing, or so he thinks, and he's like, you know what? I believe in myself. I think I can still do this. And he puts out his hand, and the hammer comes to him, and he says, I'm still worthy. And like, oh my goodness, like, it's so cool. After this guy literally has maybe the biggest failure in history, he lets half the universe disappear. Yeah. Ultimately, single-handedly lets half the universe disappear. That he
by
is
himself. What a loss.
Still worthy, and we are still worthy. We cannot mess up too bad that God can't cover our failure with his grace. I think, like I said, I would go through these periods of just grief and like just slugging around in my guilt. And recently just had this realization that like I can really truly let that go because God's mercy has covered that, and that we're still worthy to cover, to use the abilities and the gifts that God has given us, the tools that he's given us to fight for his kingdom. And that's the thing, we got to just keep fighting. We can't give up. We've been reading in Romans and Year of the Bible, and Paul is talking about this. Paul is talking about how we're bound to sin. It's inevitable. It's like Thanos. I am inevitable. and it's bound to happen, but we just gotta keep fighting. And know that we're covered, that even when we mess up, even when we make mistakes, God has covered our sin. So,
very good.
Do you have anything to add?
I love Iron Man. Also, he makes a great sacrifice.
Iron Man could be a whole other sermon. He also
really is.
Does some great things for the Avengers. But for now,
climax there.
Let that be your Monday motivation. I hope you're encouraged that even when you fail, that you are still worthy.
That's good. But is the elevator worthy?